Yes, I know. It's a good one, right?
I didn't hear the Pleasure Elf part.
Yeah, well, there's a longer version at the end that might have a bit more pleasure elfiness in the end.
That isn't going to sound like
it's just
James Bond.
Does it sound like James Bond to you?
I got James Bond from that.
I guess
I got serious Aladdin vibes.
I got Aladdin vibes, of course, but there was
a James Bond riff in there.
But thank you, Dan. Am I saying Dan?
Holman.
Dan.
Just like when we had Heart films.
Which means
extra
tired.
No,
wait. What does Heart mean?
Holman.
Heart is hate in Danish.
Is their last name Holman?
Holman.
Yes, Holman.
Holman.
Oh, Holman. 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 Remember having that as a surname?
I'm a whole man.
Hey, welcome to the Hat Chat podcast, everybody. Episode 122 with your hosts Chris Trott,
Ross Hornby,
and me, Alan Holman.
He's a whole man.
I've adopted the name.
To your brother Dan Holman.
That's no
for
problem.
The fingle there.
Yeah,
longer one at the end.
I'm really good at that.
Cheers for fingling us.
Thanks for fingling us.
Happy New Year.
If you'd like to fingle us in the new year, Happy New Year. Send your 2023 fingle to our email, hatchat@hat-films.com. We need them, please. I've run out. Please make a ditty.
He's run out.
Yeah.
And if you've sent yours in and we haven't used it, it's because it's total garbage. No, we may just have missed it.
We may have missed. To be fair, I think the last one was one from
I'm trawling back through and
finding them.
There was a period when we had so many that I couldn't use them all, so I'm using those now.
But send us into 2023 with new music.
Yeah. Otherwise, the sound you'll hear is the sound of a barrel scraping.
Yeah. Piercing noises.
Or like a nails on a chalkboard style thing. We'll just have that scratching for
just very loud noises.
10 seconds.
Just a really loud bang at the start.
Welcome to the Hat Chat podcast. That was, in fact, Smith banging on the wall really hard.
So we had a New Year's party in our warehouse.
Oh, we did. Yes,
yeah.
We invited a load of people to our warehouse to have a shindig.
None of them turned up.
None of them turned up, so it was just us three.
And then we all met each other at the STO clinic the day after.
So.
Yeah. I went, you're here for the plunging I've been raving about.
Wow.
Positive for me.
Oh, no.
It was a positive experience.
Yeah, it was. What is it?
Positive party.
What'd you get? What'd you catch?
It wasn't a positive party trial. We were very clear about this. Imagine confusing that.
It was not a catching party.
Is it not?
No, Christopher. I didn't turn up in my trademark butterfly net, the character from Pokemon, the bug catcher Pokemon guy.
When you go into the safari.
That's
the
when
bug catching Pokemon. There was a documentary about that. It was quite.
What about Pokemon?
No, about positive parties.
Oh God!
Again, I didn't want to go into it. It's quite
dark. What's wrong with positive parties if they're under control? Are they not under control?
Well, it's just that there are some people who aren't positive and they go there I don't want to go into it.
That sounds horrific.
I don't want to go into it.
It must have been ages ago.
That wasn't what this party was.
That wasn't what this party was.
Was not that. We were just enjoying ourselves in the warehouse. We tossed a few darts
around. We had a projector up.
We threw some arrows.
Threw shapes.
Ross was the DJ.
I did
pub quiz.
You were a pub quiz master.
I was pub quiz master. The DJ was very much up to a mixed playlist
just
that everyone contributed to.
Yeah.
I couldn't be bothered to do the music because who knows what anyone likes.
There was 2 My Chemical Romance songs in a row, so I had to skip it. That's the only time I had to intervene.
Oh shit! Was that Craig?
Probably
Craigle. He likes My Chemical Romance.
Superstar DJ.
But yeah, we did a pub quiz. That was good.
Yeah.
And none of it was filmed, so you don't get to see that.
There is the drone footage.
Oh yeah. How did that look? That drone was cool.
Obviously, it's
tiny
silent.
Little boy.
It's just that's the thing. It's like at the time you're like, this looks really cool because you've got the music in the background as well, but drone footage without sound is obviously you need to put something to it. But yeah, it looks cool. Works low light.
Classical music.
Yeah.
With it.
The
we were just playing darts. You were literally flying a drone around us while we were playing darts.
That's fine.
The Sugar Plum Fairy, I reckon.
Yeah.
For that.
I want that Matrix song they used.
No, the
Oh yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Is that the one where they enter the where they come off the lift and then they're in that room filled with pillars that are clearly made of polystyrene?
Yeah.
Christ, and everyone's doing cartwheels.
Great scene. I mean, great effects.
So cool.
At the time.
But now you look back at the Agent Smith duplications and you're like, God, this looks bad.
I don't know. It's got a nostalgic vibe to it.
Yeah. I saw a clip from Harry Potter
practical.
yesterday of them. I think they were coming from the sky, and they were just running really fast, and it looked so stupid. So, I think when we look back at that's a Harry Potter reference for you. Let's bring this into 2023.
Boom.
There it is. First one back.
But there you go. There's silly effects in lots of films.
The first few Harry Potters are awful.
Few? What, 3, 4?
All of them.
How many are there? 7?
The last 2 are pretty good.
Look, the first one, they were terrible acting. They were terrible actors. They're kids. They didn't know what they were doing. They were plucked out of schools and just told to act.
Yeah.
They were shit. But the film in itself was magical. All brought together by John Williams.
Magical.
John Williams brought that shit together. It's the music that makes it for me. And shots of...
Sharing about the surf and turf, am I right? Let's move on.
Of course, yeah.
Surf and turf?
Yeah, the turf, J.K. Rowling.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see, surf and turf.
But she wasn't visibly present in the magical wizarding world of
Did
Harry
she not
Potter.
even like extra or anything?
I don't think so. Not like Peter Jackson, that camera hog.
Yeah,
he had to be an orc, didn't he?
He was in The Hobbit as well.
Yeah.
So was dogs.
Anyway, let's go on to a hypothetical trial.
Let's,
what have we got today?
as voted on by our wonderful Patreon supporters. Thank you, Patreon. This is your little interaction with us.
This is a tiny amount of value you get from supporting us every day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And you also obviously get the ad
That value will increase with time.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to put members' videos on there.
Yeah.
So you get everything the members get.
Patreon.
We found a way
members
that's not
on YouTube.
Cripple us financially.
Yeah.
We do
some of the options.
If you care about,
they're expensive. I don't know why they are so expensive, but
all our endeavours, we got an announcement coming next week that we haven't made yet, but we're putting together
do a little video next week,
and there'll be some.
How comes OnlyFans? It's happening.
Yeah, we're scraping the barrel now. So
jump the gun, but
OnlyFans next week.
HFOF.
Yeah. I mean, if we photoshopped our nude pictures enough, then ran them through an AI, is it really even a picture of us anymore? Would you feel bad about an AI and a Photoshop process to just warp your body to the point where, like, it looks great, but it's not really yours anymore?
I guess that's all Instagram is, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Or
you're also kind of
selfie.
You're feeding the AI machine nudes of you.
Well, what's it going to do? It's like the most. It's like going to see a doctor. It's like
that's
the most
good. I reckon you should do more. Like sabotage it so everyone's AI art ends up as like a variant nude of you.
Come out as Chris Trott again. Oh,
damn it.
Family having fun with relatives we lost this year. It's Chris Trott's dick again.
God.
Who's that behind the? It's Chris Trott.
It just sneaks like a really tasteful nude on the wall, like, yeah, maybe.
He's the Christmas tree.
Oh, fuck. Look at the Christmas tree. What do you mean? Look closer. Oh, God.
His dick's the fucking angel.
There it is again.
It's got wings.
I don't know nothing anywhere.
All right.
No, you could probably fake an entire OnlyFans thing.
Yeah.
Take photoshopping work.
People are already doing it. Like, there's a lot of Instagram models who are completely fabricated.
Oh sure, but there'll be OnlyFans of
I'm a big fan
people's
of
fucking like Twitch avatars or whatever they call them. What they virtual fucking hell.
What are they called?
I don't know.
VTubers.
Yeah,
they'll be
talking about
VTuber OnlyFans, where they don't have to do
name.
fuck all but get an artist to draw them naked, and boom, some 12-year-old kids wanking their face off to that shit. Oh God, that blue skin, I love it.
A year before puberty.
There's nothing wrong with
13 then, fucking hell.
I don't think there's anything
14?
wrong with wanking it to blue skin, Some of the aliens can be hot.
In Avatar, yeah, fuck.
Which is doing
the way they link
remarkably
their
well.
I know,
Holy
I
shit.
hate how well Avatar 2 is doing.
I'm so surprised. It's like
well?
in the billions already.
Yeah, it's
not surprised.
Mission Impossible.
I am surprised.
Not
It's
Mission
been
Impossible.
so
Top Gun.
long since the last one.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Top Gun's a great film.
I did watch Top Gun.
You didn't like it?
I zoned out a bit. I wasn't that
So you
into
reckon
the whole
it
like.
needs to be like a big screen?
Here's an internal shot. Here's an external shot. Internal shot of them in the cabin again, and then look, they're doing a flip, and that's cool. But it didn't grab me. Maybe it's action films. I'm just not a big action fan lately.
Fair enough.
And Tom Cruise is a bit of a dickhead.
Well, yeah.
Old
It's hard
Middletooth
to
man.
separate Middletooth. He removed that. He swapped.
Has he?
I think he pushed
They
those.
knocked them all out with a tiny little hammer.
Have they actually got rid of that?
I don't know. I just don't see the middle tooth anymore. I haven't
I
seen
miss it. I already miss it.
I thought that was
He's
like
got
an older
to still
thing.
have it, right?
Has he still got his middle tooth?
I wish I had a middle tooth.
Why?
Because how many people can say they've got a singular tooth in the middle of their front of their mouth?
Yeah, I guess so. It's not really about saying that. It's not like an accolade.
Oh, it is, Ross. The circles I move in, if I could say to them,
Guess what, guy? I know a guy who his main tooth, that's right, just the one, right in the center. Follows the philtrum down.
Yeah.
Follows it down.
They were like, God, you live an interesting life. And I was like, I know.
Fucking hell. That kid would be called Beaver Boy at school.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't, I'd call him that.
Yeah, but like some people have to go to uni and get an engineering degree to build a dam. Beaver Boy just knows how to do it, doesn't he?
Because he's got one front tooth.
He's got one tooth, and you adopt the knowledge of a beaver, don't you, if you're bullied enough?
But will you watch Avatar 2?
No. I mean, I'd lie. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious, because you know what? Like I said, on paper that film is very like an Alex Smith film. It's sci-fi.
Oh, right, okay.
It's like got crazy sci-fi shit in it. There's combat, there's action.
How did the first one end? Did they take the forest down and Fern Gully kind of?
They use all of the giant dragons to kill the enemies that come with their quadcopters full of rockets to blow up their giant tree.
Right.
And they
Where's John Smith and all this?
John Smith, directly ripped from Pocahontas. He is fighting alongside Pocahontas and her Na'vi friends on his own giant dragon, and because he was special, he got the really big dragon.
Oh, shit, okay. He linked with it.
Because he was the white savior of the story. Yeah. He comes in and they're like, at first we thought you were just a guy in a wheelchair. Now you have the biggest dragon. Yeah. That's how it ended, I think.
Quite literally wearing their skin.
Yeah.
As an accessory.
Yeah.
But they don't address that.
No, he's wearing I mean, there's so much. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, there's a lot of interesting stuff to uncover there.
Yeah.
And they completely ignore all of it in favor of a super simplistic. I mean, oh, God.
But no, I don't know the plot of number 2, and... maybe if it's on a streaming service and then bought one day, I might
think it will be soon.
That's right? Where, yeah.
Who do you think's going to get? Who did this one? Not Disney.
Not Disney. DreamWorks?
Don't know if you've signed up with Paramount.
Paramount?
It doesn't really...
MGM, do they have their own streaming service now?
Fuck no.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I know. Like, I think...
Spread it wide and thin, so we're all spending, £100+ on streaming services a month.
Well, I paid to see the menu at cinema last month, and now it's already on Disney.
Yeah, I just saw that.
I was like, what the fuck? And it's not even that good.
Yeah, they're fucking you over. It's like, you may as well just wait unless you really want to watch it at cinema. I do miss going to cinema, actually. I
enjoyed Top Gun at the cinema. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I watched it on the X Plus with the sound.
I feel like
it was fucking great.
It's one of those experiences.
Yeah.
It's the type of thing where now you're spending what, 14 quid
at least
per person. It's like fucking hell.
What you need is
that's like an entire month of
You need a broken TV that forces you out to the cinema.
For fuck's sake.
Your
TV's not completely broken, is it?
It's fucked now.
Oh God, what happened?
It just keeps getting worse.
There's no kind of
software half signal, like half my screen is just mess, and it just won't fix after like an hour, and it's getting longer. You leave it on for a long enough period, and it fixes itself. So
when did you get that? 2016?
17. We got it in Costco, didn't we? No,
I got mine in Curry's. We got the exact same.
We
TV.
got the same one at the same time.
It's quite expensive. I remember being.
It was, yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know if the warranty would last this long.
No, it's been over 3 years.
You get like 3 years on most new TVs now, especially since they're all using like wacky screen technology.
Yeah, figure out how to fix it. Do you think it's the
been through
LED?
Support.
Is it the screen technology that's fucked, or
apparently
is it like
it could be
software?
A physical fault with it.
Fuck.
That's bollocks. Wasn't it like the visual processor or something that's fucked up?
Something like that.
Dude,
I have given it a good shake, yeah.
My TV at home, but this has been a long time. The only problem I've got with it is like the bottom edges. There's a little bit of like glow these days, which is a very common problem where you get like that. Not
the
that
light behind the LED.
It depends on whether it's backlit or sidelit, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get.
Yeah. But they've changed that now with how modern screen tech is so cool, because CES is going on at the moment, and that's why it's like, maybe we can talk about this. CES, which is actually I'd love to go to one day in Las Vegas.
I prefer that to a regular convention.
I would. There's technology that we'd be interested in.
Yeah.
Rather than just like, oh look, we can play that game already. But people are queuing to play it. It's weird they're queuing to play a game that's already available.
Yeah. But yeah, the OLED, the rate at which like screen tech is moving on is pretty impressive now. Like now,
or foldable screens now. Like
there's like ones you can like roll up as well.
Yeah.
I still
smoke them.
Yeah. Roll it. What
are you watching, bro?
What are you smoking, bro? OLED, man.
I'm smoking Top Gun, actually.
Top Gun's playing. Oh, it's almost run out.
Oh my God! Can you imagine that future where people are smoking cigars that are screens?
Oh, well, I mean,
and like it's just so decadent. I got an NFT I'm smoking. This is it. This is one of a kind.
It's going to be that way.
Yeah. The receipt is stored on the screen. Only one in existence.
So I'm going to smoke this up. Fuck it.
Any surface is a screen and it's an ad for something else.
Yeah.
I watched Blade Runner the other day. I don't know why.
The original?
The original, yeah. The director's cut, I'll point out. In 4K.
Nice.
Good
which
stuff.
Is better.
But, like, fucking hell, their idea of 2019 future was weird. Like, but obviously, I know it's supposed
Some
to be
of it is
outlandish.
on there.
It looks really good, and style-wise is amazing.
Like,
but
faces on the cities are pretty close.
But just like, there's no point where I think that the council are going to start saying, all right, let's put all the pipe work on the outside of the building and like have these kind of like running cables.
Let's spout
it
vents
looks
of
like
fire.
literally just you're looking at a motherboard, but on everyone's buildings.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking hell, who would have ever chosen this for the future? And it's supposed to be 2019.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was made in like 1983 or 2.
It's more an aesthetic than a prediction.
It was,
isn't it?
definitely. I appreciate that, but it's just.
Yeah.
We had
Absolutely.
that pyramid building as well, yeah.
Mm.
Close to the one in Vegas, isn't it?
With a lift on the side, which to be fair isn't a crazy idea, but pyramid-shaped buildings, that's
Pretty wild.
quite the hierarchy.
Yeah, also like pyramids.
I'm at the top of the pyramid.
Pyramids are a
Smallest
pain
room,
in
though.
the ass to
Yeah.
build. Like,
Yeah.
because like remember inside the Luxor, which that casino which you were talking about.
Terrible. And
Like,
open.
Everything has to shelve in on itself.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like it's like what the fuck? Like
You always get a bit of roof.
Yeah.
The one thing you'd want to avoid is I'm living in a loft. For a tall person, it's their nightmare.
Yeah.
But no, great film. But yeah, the future tech was bizarre. And obviously everyone's smoking like crazy, and it's like, fuck.
I like the umbrellas though.
2007 obviously didn't hit them.
Do you remember the umbrellas? Well, they had
Yes.
like the LED.
Yeah.
Oh no, the tungsten at the time, I imagine.
Because it's supposed to be in LA, but it's like it looks like kind of future.
It's a
tech,
homogenous
Tokyo,
of
right?
like culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense if globalism had taken more hold, but as we're seeing at the moment, there's a lot more isolationism going on. But like it would be so fun to be a futurist or a futurologist for these shows, right? To consult on this stuff and be like, what do you think's going to happen then? You'll be like,
Pipes outside.
Yeah.
Well, between the years 2010 and 2020, we'll all just have rectangles in our pockets. Okay, and that's not going to change? No, probably not. They might try and fold them for a bit, but they're going to go back to it. Oh, okay.
Is everyone going to have their unique one? No, they're all the same.
Yeah,
They're going to be almost identical, just get as thin as a piece of glass.
Have you seen Equilibrium?
Yeah.
It's closer to that than it is Blade Runner.
We were literally joking before this podcast started about the reason that Johnny Ive must have left Apple. It's because he got bored because he ran out of ideas. It's like, we can't make a slab of glass any different.
And I can't keep talking sexily about it
anymore.
Yeah.
I'm off. I'm gone.
I'm done. Ever since you guys started putting the cameras that protrude off the back of the case so it never sits flat.
Yeah.
That was
the
it for me.
antithesis of what
That
What
was
can we
it for
take
me.
away? Headphone port? Nice, I'm gone. I'm out.
See you later, fuckers. Have fun with that lightning port for a few more years until the EU eventually forces us to change.
lol.
But yeah, no, it's interesting because obviously, you don't really know how the future will be with technology and stuff, but they didn't. I don't think there was many handheld screens and stuff in.
No, it was like. Do you remember the
still
screen
like
where it's
MS-DOS
like
elements of like
enhance, zoom in?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
And it was like
enhancing,
clicking and
Beep, beep, beep. And also, I think UI sounds are still prevalent in fucking CSI and shit, which is so odd.
Yeah.
I
Which,
hate it.
If you ever use a computer device, if it made any noise, you would immediately go, "That's
I'm
off."
gonna
Turn
mute
that
it.
fucking sound off. Because
I do this on a daily, like that guy that does like all the tech shit.
Yeah.
Like, why would they have menu sounds on all the time? Really? For minimizing, maximizing all of it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I'd turn the taps off on my fucking keyboard immediately.
I think the reality is that like they
You need something.
they do
And
it because
it's filmic. It's like
the
boring,
future is
yeah.
probably like a device that stays most unnoticed as possible until it's used, and then it becomes incredibly good, right? That's why we want the simplest looking object that has the most vivid screen, because when you interact with it, you want it to be amazing. But showing that on screen is fucking boring.
I think Minority Report did a good job.
Yeah,
I think in terms
yeah.
of like, obviously the hologram thing still seems like an odd idea to like have it, and the same with like Black Mirror, where like they were having glass
Transparent
panels, but you could
screens.
see the content from behind, which is completely
bizarre,
odd if you
yeah. It's
wanted
like
to
privacy
Like there's
and
no
all
zero privacy. You've just got a glass. And you say,
That's
"Oh,
Pornhub."
But what are you looking at, mate?" It's like, well, I can kind of see because it's a piece of glass.
Yeah.
And that technology would never make sense. Same with like holograms, where it's like holograms in films and stuff are always janky. They haven't perfected the technology, but they're using it
It's
regularly.
always like glitching out.
It's like there's an error or something. It's like
Just got to remind you that this is not really.
Exactly.
This is like it needs to tell you that it's kind of janky, but also like
how
do
you'd
you
think
think-
that why would they would start using it when it's good, right?
When
Surely,
we
it
do,
gets good.
assuming we don't blow ourselves into annihilation, when we do get to the point where we would
Are we doing
have
tech?
perfect holograms,
Go on.
what would be a great way for a person, like every hologram to identify itself. So for example, say the reason that they do this, like every hologram looks shit, is so you know it's not real.
No, it's not.
Exactly.
If it was just a real person, but like I think there has been like the occasional like episode of Black Mirror or whatever where it has been realistic, and then suddenly it's oh shit, that was a hologram.
Right.
That's impressive, because then it's like, oh shit, that's semi-real.
Like a sex offender, do they have to identify themselves every time? Just so you know, I'm a hologram.
I'm a hologram. Don't touch me. You can if you want. Nothing's going to happen. You might just turn off the projector. Well, the Blade Runner 2042? 49?
49.
That one was pretty good.
Very cool.
With the kind of the giant projector thing. That's how I imagine it would be. This fucking huge, what looked like a kind of a massive industrial printer above your head.
Yeah.
Like scanning
Just
this, kind of projecting
off.
this thing, which...
But then again, like... Let's wait until 2049.
I guess,
how inaccurate that is.
We'll
Oh, wait, everything's just a crater.
We've all gone back to the cars from the early 2000s again. Turns out we made a lot of errors with battery tech.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Honestly,
everything
seems
explosive.
I think we've already like perfected holograms though, because have you seen the cutout of the lady at the airport that they project something onto?
On the perspex.
Yeah.
Well, they have to be perfect. They don't move their head.
Hi, welcome to the airport.
Your luggage is fine, or whatever.
Remember that you cannot move your head, neck, or lower jaw that much.
Yeah. It needs to be within the profile picture we cut out.
Perfect. Done. Next technology.
Done. Nailed that
Aced
one.
it.
Were you impressed? So the New Year's Eve thing they did we watched it together, but like the Queen's face with drone tech, it looked kind of garbage. In comparison to what they've done,
drones.
There was not enough drones. Yeah, it was very like...
It wasn't big scale enough.
We've only got 50 of these fuckers. What the fuck? We've got to be big with this. No?
Apparently the involvement of like setting that up is insane.
It is insane.
Because like there's redundancy.
Getting all of those drones to like work together, and obviously they program them all to be in a specific place. I guess, oh my God.
You grid them out on a field and then you start the program or whatever, but you also, they had like... I watched one where they had swaps.
Yeah.
So basically, if drones like collide with each other, which when you have so many, they could well do. They can send one up and replace the drone. That
first of all, that's cool as fuck.
Some dropping off.
Imagine, dude. Imagine being the vision mixer and going, "We got two drones down at quadrant 4.
2, 3 down.
Launching reserves." Like, I mean,
they go.
So cool.
Yeah.
Reserve drones go.
It's the most fucking cost-intensive way of just doing a laser light show, right?
Yeah.
It's like you say, right? Every single. I mean, you guys have seen the amount of shit we have to carry around to run and maintain one drone. Like, imagine like all the battery charging.
Maximum 20 minutes.
Or
Tops 20 minutes.
All the battery charging.
Depends on size, but yeah.
All the transport costs. You've probably got a hard box for every single one of those units, and it's just like, to me, the result is the effect good enough to warrant all of that? I don't know. Maybe there's a benefit because it kind of develops new technologies and things
really
like that.
Cool displays that do it well.
Yeah,
I think the new one in England.
I guess if somebody's willing to pay for it,
some of them are crazy. Like I think the one in
that's what you need.
It's got to be local, isn't it? Like they wouldn't ship it over to just do the drone display because
it makes sense for like a theme park to have their own drone division, because like instead of firing off fireworks every night, they now have a much more reusable system. But yeah, I mean,
Disney should definitely do that.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they must do. Yeah, I would be surprised if they don't. Apparently, Pokemon have one, and I'm guessing so. The place in Japan might have. But I mean, drone tech is so amazing, so crazy. I mean, we see it all the time now, partly because of the war as well, which is
dropping little bombs on people in high definition.
It's crazy. It's
dark.
The Iranian ones uses a moped engine to power it. You know the ones you keep hearing about, the Iranian
the little
bomb drones?
Those little kind of triangle shaped ones.
Yeah, they use moped engines because they're cheaper than using the electronic equivalent, and they have longer range, right? Because the energy density of fuel is still higher than batteries. It made more sense. You can. Well, this is what there's a real
moped sound.
There's a real
in the sky.
Yeah, there's a real morbid analog with the bombs that the Germans, or the V2 rockets and things like that they used in World War II, because they created very menacing sounds as well.
Shit.
And so there is that sort of that paradigm.
It's crazy to think.
Do you think when the
this-
Thames dries up in 50 years,
Go on.
they'll
yeah.
just find a load of old drones from every New Year's? With different grades of technology
Smith's
upgrades.
one washed
Oh,
up.
there they are. They're all under here.
Well,
and
great
all his
history.
bodies. Oh, finally, we found a... Oh, we've been looking for that guy.
We got the Jurassic era, the Neolithic era, then we got the DJI Phantom 1 era, we got the DJI Mavic era.
Just
evolution
finding
was crazy
layers
at
and
that point.
layers of drones.
Yeah.
Fossilized drone. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
As they're uncovering them.
Go dig out the gold and lithium. We'll distill that into vape batteries. Now I'm convinced that the Mad Max future of the world would be done. You know, money would be 18650 batteries, right?
Yeah.
So you know those big old batteries people use in their vapes. They're also used in electric vehicles. You know, they're a high discharge lithium-ion battery, basically, and they will be the currency of the future.
Plug me in. Yeah.
But there were these little colourful fucking crayon vapes on the floor. You won't be collecting those now.
Oh boy,
There'll be
we'll
worth something
fight.
in the future. You'll be recharging those fuckers.
The weapon of the future will be crossbows that fire those.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Like
shit.
the end.
Yeah.
Explosive charge.
That's the weapon of the future.
Yeah.
So they fight with elf bars. And,
Elf bars. I see this everywhere on the floor, man.
They are horrific.
Just
Watch
like-
a few videos about elf bars.
Done.
They're really bad.
They are unbelievably bad. Not only because
I
of
can't believe there's
how
no regulation on,
polluting they are,
Yeah.
but also there's
Can't
some
take a battery out.
crazy stats about kids going from like only 10% of kids saying that they vaped at school to a year after elf bar, 45% of kids saying
Oh
they
my
vaped.
god.
It's
Do you
wow.
think it's the bright colours and the
Nice flavors.
nice flavours
Yeah.
for children? It's just like, well, it's just
How
breathing tasty
is this happening
air.
again?
Big tobacco, baby. Big tobacco, don't lose.
Well, because I think the argument is that it's still better than the alternative, right? And
Elf
also,
bars,
if you are
It was
literally
better when they
getting off-
weren't doing it.
If you're getting off of cigarettes, vape is still a better
But like you say,
alternative.
the kids have
However,
gone from
kids are
not
picking these
having
up.
it.
I mean, I was in a corner
yeah.
shop once, and these very young children, probably about 12, were buying them. And this guy was just selling them to them. He said 18, whatever. They all have nicotine in them, so you
Tons of
shouldn't be
nicotine.
selling them to kids. He was happily, offloading these.
Dude,
colourful
the fucking
crayons.
sewing shop down the road from me has started selling them because they're such a hot seller.
Sewing shop.
Yeah. You know the one we've been to before? It's like the craft shop near that
craft shop.
Tesco.
Right.
They also now just sell elf bars, like no other product.
I know the one. Yeah. What the fuck?
Just self-pass.
That's weird.
It's a very interesting.
Interesting, but yeah, I mean, it's more. I'm more annoyed about the literally tossing them onto the ground. all
Yeah,
the time.
absolutely.
But even in bins, I guess like they'd say not to throw batteries away. Probably
Yep.
you should recycle them, but
Yep.
you can't take the batteries out of these fuckers. So
Oh, I hate the whipped cream industry. I don't know that people use them all the
Hate
time.
the whipped
why
cream
are they,
industry.
Why are they whipping cream so much on the street?
oh well, I mean,
Mate, people like
we
their
had
cream
our fair
whip.
share of whippers. What were we calling them at the time? I can't remember.
Oh man, you need this new data to suggest
Well,
that prolonged laughing gas exposure is actually really bad for your brain.
Well, yeah, because you're basically trying to give yourself a fucking stroke. You're trying to put a blood clot in your fucking head.
Well, we
It's
did
just
100
like,
at a time.
the amount,
Yeah.
honestly, you did it straight from the can, and I was just like, fuck, your lips were blue. I was like, that's an environment which is like, I'm happy with my balloon over here, and that's all. I'm limiting there. That's it. But like,
Fucking terrible idea.
I would
But
go
we've
from
done things where
smoking
it's just
heroin
like-
to shooting
but,
heroin in like a day.
It's so shit as well, though. Like, it's
Yeah.
just so short-lived. It's not
Yeah.
worth it. But like,
But it was less.
Steve-O got like addicted to it apparently.
because it's like it just goes away real quick.
It does
Yeah.
feel pretty great.
Yeah,
All the
for like a
time.
few seconds, and then
I
it's
heard
just
like the sound of God.
Yeah,
I
I've
did
done.
similar.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
little
I've had
pingings.
that as well.
It's like there's a pattern that just
Yeah.
repeats everywhere, and you're like, fuck.
That's
I
definitely
don't
something the
recommend it,
brain
though.
does.
It's probably close to like stroke, isn't it?
I've had that same
It's the lack
experience.
of oxygen in your brain. That's
Yeah.
that sound as well, that where the music suddenly starts pinging around your ears.
Yeah.
I can hold my breath for like 2.5 minutes on a
I'd
good
like to see you
good
try right
day.
now.
On a good day.
Hold your breath now. No, 2.5
wanna
minutes
time
of
it?
dead end. I don't want 2.5 minutes of dead end.
What a podcast! Welcome to Holding Our Breath. We take turns to hold each other's breath, and
I will say that we cleaned up after ourselves.
yeah,
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
We always
Well,
did
you're
it
not.
that.
You
If you can
don't get
become-
mad at the laughing gas industry. Sorry, the
No.
whipped cream industry. Get mad at idiots who throw shit on
Yeah.
the floor because they're
Because
idiots.
it'll be park benches around
Wait,
Bristol. You'll just have little clusters of these little just used fucking canisters. It's like,
yeah.
just
They
take them with
can't
you.
need
Pop them
that
in the
much
pocket, put them in the
cream
box,
whipped.
put them in the bin that's next to that bench.
What are they making?
What are they making?
What are they doing? How many frappuccinos they making?
How many
Well, some
Victoria
fuckers
sponges?
clearly like, well, yeah, like, the whipped cream industry is doing really well this year.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Crazy.
It's weird, isn't it? But there's also this kind of like rise of, what they're calling drug use.
Hippie crack.
Hippie crack.
Yeah. That's my favorite name for it. Hippie crack.
But yeah, it's just starving your brain of oxygen. It's an interesting one. And
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
wouldn't recommend it. Like,
No, I would. No, I would. I would.
Or to try it once.
Well, we've all tried it. Why would we say
try it? I mean,
we've tried it? What we wouldn't recommend is...
no, I think after the fact and learning more about it.
Maybe just like one balloon.
If you can't get access to the pellets in your area, you can cheat sometimes by buying the whipped cream from supermarkets and tilting the can in the way that produces the gas but not the cream.
Oh.
Just if you're wondering, listener, how to get access to this illicit substance, some of them don't use nitrous oxide anymore.
There was a guy who would deliver them. That's all he would do.
Yeah.
There was like a service. There was a service where it's like, we would just deliver it to food. We're a catering service.
There's got to be breaking TOS.
We would sell just boxes.
Say what?
Just like recommend how to get drugs out of a whipped cream can.
It's not drugs.
Why is that against TOS?
This is what the issue with it is. It's such a commonly used gas. I mean, people can huff glue and buy glue like regularly. I wouldn't recommend it. Again.
Yeah.
Is poppers illegal?
What about Pritt
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think you meant to snort it. It's room odorizer, isn't it? They sell it as room odorizer. Who the fuck wants their room to smell like poppers?
But yeah, no.
I've tried poppers.
But the stories behind
it.
But people seem like these kids seem to like just do so much of that fucking stuff now.
To me, poppers seems like the most pointless one. I will say,
pointless.
Poppers just makes you feel hot.
You may as well sniff. You may as well sniff fucking Sharpies, man. Yeah. I feel like you're just getting a similar thing. But again, don't sniff these things, people. Yeah. We're not saying do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Learn from them.
Obviously, we have no control over you, and
or ourselves.
Also, just giant hypocrites saying don't do it because, clearly the people who have said that to us, that doesn't work. You kind of have to experience things for yourself a lot of the time.
I guess so, but I feel like if you're
gonna do it,
if you damage yourself at some point, you would say, "Oh, you probably shouldn't do that thing." Oh, but you try it once, and then they'll end up fucking themselves up. It's just like
we could tell you the wrong way to do it.
Oh, definitely just never try opiates because don't because they're going to be addictive, and there's a good chance you'll have them in hospital anyway. So
just break a leg.
Do something. Yeah, do some jackass type shit. Go to hospital, get some free morphine. Crack,
meth, all those things. Like all the ones fuck people up. Don't do those. All the ones where you're like, well, he's not homeless because he had a poppers addiction. Maybe you can try those ones. Oops, sorry. But anyway, yeah. I mean, they're shit though. I really wouldn't recommend them. It's like salvia. I've never done it, but it doesn't look like it's fun.
If you only had a week to live and heroin, would you try
everything?
Didn't that happen 100%. Have you seen Afterlife?
No. Yeah,
I managed to watch the first series.
I watched a bit of
it. I think it's awful. As Ricky Gervais content is terrible. But there was a part in it where he's just like he's given up on life, but he goes and gets some heroin. It's just like, I guess maybe you would want to experience it before you die. If you were like definitely sure you were going to die, doctor said, yeah, you got a week, mate. Like, okay, where would you go, do you think, in Bristol?
Not a problem.
Is that the hypothetical today?
Get some brown.
Where would you go to get some heroin?
Brown?
Telegram.
Who are you asking?
Is the answer to that?
Telegram,
I could show you pictures of it right now. Not because I bought it, but because just go on Telegram and just search Bristol drugs, and you'll just see pictures of rocks of heroin.
But where would I go?
Bags of heroin, huh?
Where do I go?
Walk down
people haven't been to Bristol before. Where do you avoid? I guess if you're just wanting a jaunty visit to Bristol.
Yeah, just go somewhere you get a bad vibe from. It's probably there.
Go behind Love Inn. That's literally the street that in Drugsland.
One's in that little Turtle Island. What's it called?
Turtle Bay? No, Turbo Island.
Not Turtle.
Turtle Island got paved over.
Fucking restaurant.
What happens in Turtle Bay?
What happens in Turtle Bay stays in Turtle Bay. You want some heroin? You want some crack?
I've come to Turtle Bay because I hear this is where to buy heroin.
I'd like a meal and some heroin.
No, we just do spicy food.
Turbo Island got paved over recently. So yeah, Turbo Island was.
But they still protesting on there, aren't they?
I don't know. I've driven past it a few times recently, and it's just empty. So there used to be an area where a lot of homeless people would just have
Queen Square
continuous fires.
We got back from New Year's and they were doing a bin fire in the middle of Queen Square.
Oh yeah, so they put it out though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But still, it was just blazing for a minute. We arrived and there were just people like a tribal thing. It was just like lighting things on fire. It was exciting. Didn't want to get involved.
Nah, didn't want to throw anything on the fire.
But seriously, if you want heroin in Bristol, go behind the Love Inn. There's like a crack house back there.
Yeah. Don't trip over.
What is the? I think I don't want to shortchange.
Of course.
I think the listeners are getting a great podcast right now.
They are.
But
really good deal.
What stupid, unfunny thing do our...
Let's have a look. All right. Option number 1. The multiverse exists.
Oh.
You get put in a waiting room with 5 other versions of you, each from an alternate universe. What do you talk to yourselves about?
Oh, shit.
Well, I guess you want to know what...
I quite like that one.
I guess you want to know what their jobs are. I want to know what their reality is and what kind of they're doing in life. That's the first thing I want to know.
How much would you trust yourself to be honest?
Well, I don't know because obviously I don't know. I don't.
I come from like penis land.
He's just, I guess you stood there as a penis.
How did you get like this? Well, this is just what Aaron is.
This is normal for me. What are you? You look weird. You look like a hairless ape. Shut up, penis man.
We've all got fur, guys.
Shut up, pink dick. What? Come on.
You're a furry dick.
I don't know, because obviously I guess you need to be open-minded to the fact that everyone's going to be in a very different situation to you. That's the alternate.
Yeah,
so you just want to know what their situation is. Are we all the same age?
I give penis me a very vigorous hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
No, my brains!
What happens? I want to know what happens. I've never done blah.
He ejaculates and dies as
they're like
deflates
the bee
like a balloon
of that world.
Yeah,
they got one sting. And then they're dead. Their defense mechanism.
No,
please, my brains.
Your entire insides just exited the top of your head. Did you know this would happen? Oh, he's dead. Anyone
I'd like
else?
to figure out like
You'd wank off your other person.
Well, if he's a giant penis.
Yeah, of course you would.
Go on.
You'd give him the satisfaction of that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He's killing him.
A full blowout. I'd ask them what their like peak technology is.
Okay.
So like, what's the coolest thing?
What the fuck is our coolest thing, do you think? That's throwing you, isn't it?
What
because
is
there's like
the coolest?
obviously computer tech,
telescopes.
Hadron
camera
Collider,
tech's
James
getting
Webb
there.
telescope.
I mean, camera tech could probably be much better.
Yeah.
For humanity, what's our best thing, I suppose, is
big old
absence of nuclear war at the moment. I'd say is probably one to lead with.
Well,
Has there been any apocalyptic events in your time, in your version? You know, did the pandemic wipe out most of the planet?
Did they have a pandemic?
Did you have
an
pandemic?
alternative?
Have you solved climate change?
Yeah, probably
Any
the big
ideas?
question.
Was climate change an issue? Again.
So do we go personal though? Like, what about you yourself? It's like, you into dudes too?
Are you into just full-blown penis people?
Tell me, do you watch the small little, like big
big little
a lot? Like what porn do you? What porn do you do?
There's no porn in that guy's.
What?
Whoa, what?
Sorry, man.
Yeah,
What's
super deprived.
porn?
I'm about to give you $1 billion idea. Film people having sex. Put it on the internet.
Oh my god! But we're all penises.
But we're all penises, and that would kill us.
We'd all die.
It's the equivalent.
These are snuff bits.
It's the equivalent of 3D printed handguns.
Yeah. What we would call porn is basically EastEnders to them.
Yeah.
It's just a soap.
Just
it's your everyday. Just we watch it all the time. Oh, okay, it's normal, fine.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go personal with it. I think I'd just.
How much time do you have with them?
Yeah,
I mean,
you get
again,
the important shit out of the way. Like, wow, holy shit.
Yeah. Do you have
multiverses exist for one? Yeah. Do you have
web toes fingers? Any other weird stuff going on down there? How many dicks do you have? Do you have any dicks?
Yeah. How many dicks? First of all,
how many?
How big is your dick?
How many do you need?
You could figure out things like fate and destiny, right? If things are predetermined. If we have very similar life paths.
But then there's only like five of them, though,
if there's
right?
an infinite amount of
like it's a better pool than none,
anything
right?
can happen, right?
No.
So
exactly.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, if there's an infinite
but we don't
number
know that. It could just be
five have been
universes.
plucked out of anywhere.
Yeah,
what if in that moment you guys got together and you're like, we are the 5 archangels of fate now, and like create your own fucking church,
We're
like
gods.
where we met, because essentially you kind of are.
And
at
which
that
reality
point.
are we staying in?
You know for certain
You can
that
get
multiple
knowledge
realities
from
exist.
other realities.
I mean, this just says a waiting room. It doesn't say what we're waiting for.
Are you here for the prostate exam? Yeah.
But I've just met 4 other people who are from my.
And every one of them that had the prostate exam
5 others
came. The dick guy's there just like,
no! Everyone else saying,
jizzing is certain death to that guy. Fucking hell, it's a complete,
So 180.
he's feeling really disenfranchised with his existence. It's like, for example, it found out if you went there to that room, this person version of you, and everybody else can like fly, lives forever.
Flying, yeah,
it's like is just way better than you in every way. You just be like, oh, fucking goddamn it!
This guy,
I'm the penis
you
guy.
can fly?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
We just can't come. Otherwise we die. We die when we come.
Yeah.
That sucks.
They wouldn't even call it that, would they? They just call it death.
It would be called dying.
Final.
That guy just died on that bus.
It's the death
Oh my god, clean up on that bus. Fuck.
Oh my god.
It's the equivalent of a
He's
headshot.
Everywhere.
Every time it's a headshot.
Jesus.
It's really like traumatic for like people to see their loved ones die in hospital.
Oh my god. They get put in like a screen around them.
They roll a condom over their head.
Yeah.
Horror films must be.
They come in with a
fucking
giant
nuts.
condom. We're so sorry.
That's the body bag.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Does it have to be transparent? I don't want to see him.
I'm so sorry. This is his time.
Yeah, like I said, horror films are just gonna be full of like cum shots.
And that's why porn doesn't exist in their universe. That's it. We've worked it out.
Yeah. Okay, it reminds me of that.
We really focused on that one guy.
That episode on Atlanta. There's an episode where like there's. I assumed it was a cult by the end of it. I was not
I just
convinced
thought it
that
was
person was dying.
very. I loved it. It was so good. I thought it was like just very
just like, oh, it's
new
just-
age.
Yeah,
You know, like
let's follow where this goes, and then bam.
I have no idea what.
No,
you're talking
there was a guy who was dying, and they were basically at his like kind of last moments.
Atlanta
I don't want to spoil it.
spoilers.
So I don't know if I should spoil it, but if you know, you know. It's a really
There's an
interesting,
excellent punchline, visual punchline.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
just
also
so shocking.
shocking.
It's a really shocking moment. Where it's like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
But it reminded me of that condom moment. So
Oh,
put
nice.
those together if you want, or watch it. I
I'll
recommend
watch
watching it. It's good. It's on Disney
I
Plus
recommend watching it.
or whatever. Yeah. So you'd ask them not to. You'd rub your penis virgin and kill them.
It's obvious that one of those 5 is going to be a penis person, isn't it? So
Okay, well that's certainly.
I'd focus on them.
Out of infinite universes, it's possible. One of them could
well,
just be a giant toe.
one of them could
Anything
be,
can happen.
Have you seen
Or a
Everything
gaseous
Everywhere
form
All
of
at
Or a
Once?
fish version, sorry.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
With the fingers.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was a really,
Such a
really good film.
Such a good
It was
film.
really good.
Very good at like
pacing.
exactly. I
Like
think that was
straight
it.
on to the next thing. Still
Yeah,
like
yeah,
really
yeah.
fast action.
That's what I
I didn't know what genre it was for like half an hour either.
No.
Really, yeah. It sends you down the river and then bam.
It does feel like, and also just there's this amazing sort of rhythm to the pacing where it's
Yeah.
like builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and then towards the end of the film where like all of the realization and all the chaos comes together, and they're like screaming at each other and they're like crying at each other, and you're like, wow, this is so well constructed.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that film. Saw it in the
Yeah.
cinema.
Yeah, same here. Yeah,
wow.
Oh shit! Nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
really good.
That was my first film back after COVID.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good one to go back
I
to.
coomed.
He coomed. Well, okay. I mean, there's probably various angles we can go on that one, but we can move on to the next one if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Let's have a look.
Give 'em
So
It's a bumper one.
it's a bump one. Is it long? Is it? I don't know where we're at.
It's fine.
Okay, we'll do one more. You cook a microwave burrito and accidentally release an evil god from his 1,000-year prison.
Burritos.
In return for freeing him, he gives you a choice of 3 fads. Whichever fad you pick will be the horrible fad thing that comes that the 2020s is known for.
So
like
he's allowed-
tie-dye from the 60s,
Yeah.
bell bottoms in the 70s, leg warmers in the 80s, etc. Teens and young adults everywhere will scramble to get it, and it will die out by the end of the decade, leaving only remorse and cringe in its wake. Here are your terrible choices. I was given us choices.
So we literally have 3 choices.
So we're just cursing.
yeah, basically.
a fad. Yeah.
The burrito god is making us
Burritos.
Okay, so number 1 is extraneous breast implants. People now get small breast implants anywhere on their body,
Oh,
especially for their feet or hands.
gross.
This creates a market for foot keenies and hand keenies.
Nice.
I think that's a
good.
growing market.
Yeah.
The foot things.
We
seems to be
need
a growing
more
market.
growth, you know.
It is going to die out though.
Oh,
Like people are going to get
it might
bored of
do.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then we can move.
Never run
we can
out of feet.
diversify the foot
Yeah,
keenies to like I don't
You
know,
wait
dog
for the other
the
options.
keenies.
extraneous breast implants on your feet, of course.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I popped one again.
look,
It's
feet
like,
with
it's like
tits.
walking on jellyfish.
Yeah, you have them on the soles.
On the soles.
You have them on the bottom.
Whoa! This is
Yeah.
like one of those exercise balls all the time.
Wow, he is unstable. He's going to roll those ankles. Nostrilectomy. The nostrils are removed to give them a cute,
Finally.
horrific flesh nub.
Finally.
Similar to an anime character. There was a guy who did this.
Right.
Who looked, he looked absolutely fine before, but he obviously had some sort of dysmorphia and completely like tattooed his entire face. We've got these little kind of like little nuggets of
the
gelatin
under
in
the
him.
skin stuff.
Cut his nose so that it was basically just 2 open holes.
That's
which,
hot.
Fucking
That
sounds like
looked amazing.
If he has a cold, that's fucked. Like you're just literally dribbling out of your fucking front of your face.
You'd have a new insight into
I
what
think
cold is like, though,
He did
right?
something to his brow where he got that like kind of like shape.
Sick, yeah.
And
that
basically
bit looked
went
good as
bald.
well.
I think he did some like the spike.
Did he?
things.
Nice.
Yeah, like
Dope.
gave himself the Darth Maul basically, and then cut off his nose.
That
So
sounds like Ghost Rider.
it sounds like that, doesn't it? It looked like that as well.
Jesus
so just he wasn't on
Christ.
fire.
Sick.
But that's the nostrilectomy. Okay, so that's one.
No, I don't want that one
I
either.
feel like that one's going to be a struggle to.
It's a fad though.
Because
Everyone's
it
going
can
to be
be
doing it.
it's a terrible fad that's a lifelong fad. That's
It's hard to come
I
back
guess you can get the false nose,
Oh, by the way,
the irreversible. Well, I
it
got
is a
cute
fad,
new
though.
nose.
As if that somehow alleviates
Yeah,
the
it's just a
fact that
fad.
what's
2020
worse is it's a fad. It's
Yeah.
because like He's going to regret it.
Yeah. But 2030 comes around, the people are popping noses back on there. They're
okay.
creating there's a new market. In fact, we can, if anything, cash in on that market early, because if you get in on this, you can start fashioning and creating fake noses that clip onto
Get
the
on
two
that
nostrils
market.
and make it be like, well, you can either get a clip-on version, which is, that's £50, or you can get surgery done, which is thousands. Bam.
To be fair, the market for
It's like those shitty
breast
case
implants is also pretty.
phone case.
Can I have the breast implants on my cheeks to make it look like I've got
You can
little
have them
rosy
anywhere.
apple cheeks?
You can have them anywhere.
Why?
Would you
Anywhere?
have them kind of firm, and so they're like kind of like poached eggs on your cheek, or would you have them so they're like more realistic, so there's a bit of a pear drop to them?
I reckon there'll
Around
be
the cheek.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
subcategories of like what's cool, like erroneous breast implants, and what's like, oh, you got that one done.
Your elbows
I
are
got
nipples.
the cravat implant.
I want the toad throat.
Okay.
I want
Big
the big
nice.
one. The one to go.
It's ribbiting. I want the
You see
ribbit.
them just jiggle.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sit in a large body of water at night. And wait for a person to glance at me with a torch.
That's a fucking full-grown dude ribbiting at me with his
about-
extraneous breast implants.
Raspberry breasts, right? You have breasts already, but you get loads of little
tiny
ones
breasts.
around. Like
They're-
a
Like kind of
raspberry.
little tiny nuggets of breasts.
I mean, done right, that would have a great texture.
It would.
It's going
But
to be
then
really
cleaning
hard to
that
check
would
for
be
lumps.
insane.
Oh, cleaning that. That'd be like trying to clean a pug's face, Like, Jesus.
What if you applied the same to testicles though? Whereas like extraneous ball like implants where you have like a ball chin or like kind of
God.
dangly. It's like, oh, grab my testes. It's like,
That's
oh, which
way
ones?
less
These
appealing.
ones? Why is that less appealing?
Because a saggy
Don't
scrotum's
go-
not as good as a breast.
Nah, you can get firm
I love a
scrotums.
good saggy scrotum.
Yeah, you can request a cold or a warm
Each
one.
to their own.
I'll have 2 cold ones, please. Either side are just mutton chop balls. 2 dangling ball bags, little hairy ones.
You
Ugh.
look like some form of...
Dangling. They're not earlobe. They're not like earrings. They are part of your mutton chops.
It's like Mon Calamari, like a human Mon Calamari from
Yeah.
Star Wars, like
What's our third and final option?
dangling
The third and
barbels.
final option is eyeball piercing, which says not eyelid piercing. The
I can
actual
imagine somebody
eyeball.
doing that.
Medical technology now allows for full piercing of the eye tissues, which become popular somehow. Well, through us choosing it, I guess, with the burrito god.
burritos.
Burritos
Look.
says, I have 3 options
Just
for you.
these 3 fads.
God damn it, burritos.
Extraneous breast
Give so much power.
This sucks.
nostriliectomies. You know what that is. And eyeball piercing. Choose one.
It's got to be eyeball piercing, isn't it? Oh, and also,
Why?
what,
I think the
because-
extraneous breast implants, I'm voting for number 1.
Yeah.
The nostril thing will never look good.
I feel like you could join in on the fad just by having like a couple little ones
Yeah.
and not go crazy with it.
I will have like a ring of them around my pecs.
Nice.
Little small ones.
Yeah.
Small breasts
One for
around my
each
pecs.
ab.
Which would I would have, in fact, I would have my entire, what should be my muscle definition,
Is
but tiny breasts.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right, I wouldn't have a problem for people doing that anyway. So, like,
Sure.
if I'm going to make them do something...
I feel like you would if you, I mean,
So you'd
If they
rather
stopped me getting the toad implants, I'd have a problem.
it would be disturbing to see. It'd be a disturbing, I mean, that would be disturbing to see.
I think I'd be more disturbed
surreal.
seeing people with like metal in their eyes.
Yeah, metal in your eyes.
Yeah, of course, you do the metal in your eyes choice, but then you also, every time you see someone, you go, oh. As long as
blinking.
it's okay to be like, geez, please don't look at me, your eyes.
Yeah, but everyone's into it
Not
apart
the
from
eyeball.
you.
It would just be.
Are they? Everyone.
It's a
Well,
fad.
basically, it's creating a fad, so it's
Everyone's
become
going
popular.
crazy for this shit.
Oh, yeah, but you don't have to do it.
That's true.
I don't think I'd have
You're
a
going to
problem.
be so
with other
uncool
people
for a
doing
whole
it.
decade.
I guess, yeah, the one I'd have the least problem with is the tit thing. Sure.
I wouldn't mess with my eyes. There's no. Again, I've said this.
Do you see
many
someone
times
got a
before.
tattoo, like blackened their eyes and went blind?
That's fucked up.
Because the tattoo artist didn't know how to do eyes.
Oh, for fuck's
Not that it's a
sake.
thing that should be
They're
done.
just like, well, I've never done eyes before.
They use-
Let's just try it.
How hard could it be?
Let's just try it then.
They went too deep,
They're blind.
and they used
I
the wrong
blinded
ink.
someone.
Apparently, there's a specific ink you can potentially use to like not blind someone
So it just hasn't
in the
worked.
eye, and they just use
But that's just
regular.
natural selection.
They use regular.
There's
ink.
natural selection at work there. If that
It's not,
idiot,
they're alive.
a moron who's
They're alive.
but they're blind now.
Yeah,
That's a huge
they can
disability.
still reproduce.
That's such a fucking huge disability. My
Yeah,
God.
but like they put a lot of trust in the tattoo artist to like do it properly, right? Because
Well,
you can
sure,
do it.
but like I think just
I think it's the tattoo artist.
they've rolled the dice and they've got fucking snake eyes. They've lost everything there. That's fucked up.
snake eyes.
Snake eyes, you lose everything. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, my eyes. No.
I think you'd like put some value of trust in a tattoo artist though to not blind you.
Oh yeah, you would, but like, I just think
'Cause,
you're
like,
an
it
idiot
has been done.
If you go to get that done, you don't value your eyesight, do you?
You're risking it, definitely.
You are risking it. Yeah.
No, not really. Like your eyes are so like special. I think that Would you rather lose your eyes or your ears, though? Ears still. I think the eyes are still...
Sight is the best sight.
Most
taste is pretty
thing.
good as well.
Yeah, but sight, though.
I feel like you can
still
regain
function
hearing through vibration.
Fuck, man.
Right. Well, I get what you're saying.
It's always back to like
I feel like deaf people are just saying it's hard.
I feel like that instead of eyesight though, like which is quite unrecoverable.
Yeah.
You might be able to feel,
exactly. That's why I said I understand where you're coming from.
Like what's his name?
I'm not sure.
It's all gone Pete Tong.
Oh, I don't know.
He puts his feet on like
the speakers
and feels the music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
so I want to put fucking safety goggles on there.
My closing thought for today. Fuck. That's why I like glasses. Honestly, the amount of time I save my eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Is if Goblin Mode, a word that none of us used, and I'm not sure I really even understand now, was the word of 2022.
Which it was.
Goblin Mode.
Goblin Mode, right?
What
was the word of 2022.
Word? That's 2 words.
I know.
No, it's 1 word.
Or the phrase,
Goblin
whatever.
Mode.
Goblin Mode.
What is that? Just
all
like just
lowercase.
by like just not getting ready and staying in bed.
Just going full Goblin Mode, you know.
Just being recluse, basically.
That's the word of 2020.
It's going full goblin-y.
Yeah,
it's like where you hoard things and you gather, you know, like a goblin.
I didn't realise that was.
So what about for 2023? We go for Toad Mode, where I go into a large body of water, I get my implants out, and
Wouldn't you rather just literally rather than implants? When you just get like literally like a sack that expands, not just the implants. Go for the full cosplay. Go for the right like thing where it literally like.
Would the sack be subdermal?
Maybe you could get a stoma.
Yeah.
Cover the stoma, so when you breathe in, it's.
Honestly, the more extreme the surgical intervention is, the better.
So you get yourself a little hole there, but you cover it so it's completely sealed to your skin. It's been stitched closed, but when you can breathe in through your nose and mouth, and then breathe out, and you can create the noise.
You can make it stretch.
Yeah.
But what if it pops and I'm in a body of water and the body of water's dirty?
But you're going to get a fucking infection and die. You're going to get sepsis or something.
Right, well,
it's not
for that.
a good outcome.
Right.
But that's body modifier. I can't believe Goblin Mode 2022.
This is on Wikipedia. Goblin Mode is a neologism for the rejection of societal expectations and the act of living in an unkempt, hedonistic manner without concern for one's self-image.
Oh, I Goblin Mode all the time.
It got popular, though. This is on Wikipedia.
Sure, go on.
By popular Twitter shit poster at Juniper, featuring a doctored news headline of an interview with actress Julia Fox, purporting her to have used the phrase. The image prompted a large increase in the online searches for Goblin Mode, leading Fox to clarify she did not use the term Goblin Mode. Has also been linked to a viral Reddit post and all that, blah, 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 blah.
Right, okay.
It took off from Juniper.
So it's just like, not showering, staying in your scrubs.
Going full Goblin.
Kind of just like...
Goblin Mode.
Goblin.
I know plenty of Goblin Mode people from my childhood.
Goblin modes.
Do you remember Goblin Mode people? I know one in particular.
When you say people, you mean that
there was a person that was
not clean.
Full Goblin Mode that we knew. We were friends with the brother of.
Never washing? There's loads of people,
We were friends with the brother of a person that went full Goblin Mode.
Who was always full Goblin Mode.
What would you classify that as, though? Like somebody who doesn't brush their teeth, do their hair,
totally unkempt,
wash,
doesn't
looks
care about
filthy,
self-image,
wearing shitty, torn-up clothes. Yeah. That's just, okay. That's,
no personal health.
A pleasure elf.
Like a pleasure elf. Pleasure elf is
really is. Pleasure elf embodies that energy
really,
very much.
Honestly,
just like, I don't give a shit. I've got shit in my teeth.
Yeah, we could do a whole TED talk on the deep
how we came up with it
pleasure
first.
elf.
Yeah.
We're always ahead of the curve.
I only had to explain that
part
once.
Of the movement.
I only had to explain that once to my nan what it
That's
was because I was wearing the jumper at Christmas.
Oh yeah.
But we played Cards of
Did
Humanity.
that old biddy get it?
She got what it was.
I don't know what you're saying, dear. You make games on the internet, do you? No, I don't make games on the internet, Nan. What?
Well, she was winning at Cards Against Humanity. She did some of the worst things. I've never heard my nan say so much filthy
I was
things.
there when I did this.
No, the worst one was...
I invented this.
Something about Pac-Man cum gobbling or something, and she got that one, and she won. She was laughing her fucking head off. She loved it. I was like, this is hilarious. So my nan's coming up with these. Cum gobbling Pac-Man.
Yeah. Very fitting.
Yeah. Guzzling.
That was me back in the day.
Sorry, the word was guzzling. Cum guzzling Pac-Man.
Is that what she said?
No, she didn't confess to cum guzzling back in the day. No.
Why not?
But she found it funny. That was good.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And we were all just like in disbelief. Like, oh shit. God. She's winning. She's fucking owning us at this shitty game. Cards Against Humanity is not a game.
It's not a game.
It's just put things together.
It's just make your nan say offensive things.
I think that's where the fun is like where you see members of family, which you'd never expect saying that sort of shit, being forced to say it. Yeah.
Oh, that was it. Fuckholes. She also said fuckholes.
Nice.
That's a weird thing for your nan to say. It was something like filling my fuckholes, and we were like,
Jesus Christ, Nan.
Oh, we were like, oh, whose card was that one? And my nan's like, what? Me again? What? Oh. But she had to read that one out.
All right.
Fuckholes.
Fill my fuckholes. Jesus Christ, Nan. Merry Christmas. Merry fucking Christmas.
Oh, I've got a bag of fart to open a second.
Yeah.
Real vintage.
There you go.
All right. Well, I hope this has been a nice start to your 2023 podcast edition of Hat Chat. We'll be back again next week.
Yeah. Check out our videos on Hat Films.
Yeah, for a big announcement.
We'll be doing a vloggy on there this week.
Yes.
Vloggy.
Thanks again to our Patreons for supporting this podcast.
Yes.
Patreons.
Raising us
still doing it, and what it really does is it alleviates the guilt we feel about spending time on it, because that's sometimes how you feel because it's quite fun to do and quite indulgent, I suppose. So it's nice to have people backing it up because it means we'll just keep fucking doing it.
Well, this is the thing. The podcast isn't necessarily funded by other things.
No.
So that is pretty much the main way this is.
Weird that we don't get advertisers for.
I know, it's come guzzling
fuckholes.
Yeah. Sorry. But it means we can talk shit. You can enjoy that.
If you'd like to make musical shit, send it to our email, hatchat@films.com, much like Dan Holloman
Thank you,
did.
Dan.
Thank you. Please enjoy the full fingal right now as we end our episode, and we'll see you all next week. Have a great time, everybody.
Indeed.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.